Granit, thanks for your time. How are you? How was your summer break? It must have been good to get away.
Yeah, all good. Feeling well. Good to be back. Good holidays. Short but good. Enjoying the time with the family, and now here again.
Did it feel like the first chance to have a kind of proper break, given COVID and the bubbles and the restrictions and all of that, the sort of first chance to really get away for a couple of years?
If I'm honest, yeah, I missed that. I missed the travel. I missed the family, of course. Family I have, they are all in Albania. Didn't see them for 3 years nearly. And it was good to be with them, to take the positive power again, and to show that this season, hopefully.
I know you're only just back, but what's the mood around the camp like?
Very good. Always when we are here, it's very positive, good people around. Are very kind, and in the end we are here to work and to make a good preseason.
Whenever there are new signings that come in, they always sort of freshen things up. How have they settled in? How's the dynamic in the group?
Very positive, of course. We know the qualities they have. The signing was until now very, very positive, very good. They bring something more in the team, more competition as well. And I'm looking forward to start the season then.
Because it's obviously with the Europa League returning, more games next season, it's not just numbers you need, but quality as well. And it seems from the signings that you've made so far as a club that you've really got that so far.
Absolutely, I see that the same. It doesn't make big sense if you sign 40 players, but you don't get the quality. I prefer to have the players and the quality, and the signing has. They are all different qualities they have, and some of them know the Premier League already, so it's always good.
One of them being Gabriel Jesus. I know he's only been with you for a few days now, but how has he settled in? How has he impressed you? And he's the signing, I think, that's got the fans excited most. Is that the same for you?
I mean, everyone knows he's first of all an amazing player, because if you don't have this quality, you don't play in this amazing club in Man City, for example, as well here with us. I heard a lot about him. The people around spoke very positive about him. I had a lunch with him as well. Very humble, qualities and thinks very, very far. And he will bring something more than qualities for us. He will bring this winner mentality day by day, weekend by weekend. And I'm very, very happy to have him and the others in our team.
You say you had lunch with him. Was that something you organised to get to know him? Or?
Yeah, it was a double session when we was in London, and we decided with some players to have a lunch together. He was one of them who was with us. Marquinhos was as well with us. So it's always good to know the new players, how they're thinking, how they see everything here, and to be a part of our family here, because this type of players and people we need here.
I mean, Jesus obviously has taken a lot of attention. It seems from the outside that he's a perfect fit. You know, he presses well, he's a good age, he's got a good goal record. Is that how it feels early days in the camp with him?
Absolutely. I mean, with him and with Eddie, we have a lot of quality now in the front as well. Young, they have the hunger to scoring as well, to work for the team. And Gabriel, for example, he brings the experience as well, the experience in top level, and this is what we need as well.
I guess the summer will also give you a sort of chance to reflect on last season. How do you sort of view it now? It's in the rearview mirror and you've had time to reflect on it.
I'm not a type of person I'm thinking back, if I'm honest. But of course, we were so close to achieve what we wanted. We had everything in our hands. We didn't took it. I don't believe that our season is gone because Tottenham and Newcastle game. But before, we have a run with Southampton, Brighton and Palace where we lost. And this was a killer, in my opinion. But the season is gone. We can't change it anymore. What we can change is the future. And have a very good feeling at the moment. The preseason is going well. The players are fit. We are training hard. And looking forward to start the season. Of course, with Palace away, the first game will be very difficult.
You mentioned those 3 defeats. There was that run of 3 defeats. Then you won 4 games, including Chelsea, your fantastic goal against Manchester United, winning that game. Then you had those 2 defeats again. Is that the inconsistency that you've got to iron out next season?
Absolutely, absolutely. How you said, we had game where nobody was thinking we can beat, for example, Chelsea away. We beat them. United was maybe a 50-50 game at home. We knew we have to win the games, but then you lose against Brighton, you at home, Southampton away, Palace away, and Hearts. And in the end, it's painful because you had everything. You need maybe only 2 points more from these 3 games. But how I said before, this is gone, and we have to look forward now.
Is it because I know I've listened to you talk a lot about mentality, and I remember, I mean, I'm one of those journalists who's in mixed zones. We've spoken, you may recognise me, and you are always someone who fronts up, and I've always got a lot of respect for the players that do that. And I wondered in that context, when you gave that interview at Newcastle, when you you questioned the mentality of the group, was that sort of a heat of the moment thing for you, or did you feel that was something that needed to be said and something that needs to be addressed to then go and improve next season?
I mean, everyone knows we have a very young team, but this has not to be this is not the problem about the young or old. This was not against our young players. I put myself there as well. We was not ready for this game to fight because we knew if we win this game, we have another final against Everton at home. And at home, I think we are so strong that I believe we had the chance to beat Everton as well. So the thing is about the mentality, when you have something, you can take it. It's not the first time. We let it down. And a lot of people started as well to think, he's speaking again and stuff like this, but maybe they didn't understand what and how I mean it. And if I can say now something about this interview, I told you, this has nothing to do with the young players. This has to do with all together. Doesn't matter the age. And I think I said that as well after the game. Doesn't matter the age. You have to be ready for these games because these games you have maybe once a season. And then you have to be ready to take it. If not, you're out from the Champions League places. So
do you sense then that won't happen again? Do you feel the squad mentally is in a better place, a stronger place now, that when you get into those key moments next season, you will grasp it?
I hope so. I can't tell you now because we are too far to speak about this. But if the situation comes again, I think we have to be much clever, much different, in a different mentality. If something is not going well with the ball, we have to change the game. This happened against Palace as well away when we was smashed 3-0. We wanted to play. We lost balls and they scored. And you have to, first of all, you have to be ready to fight. And after, you can do the other things. This is my opinion. And this is what Mikel wants as well from us, to be ready from the start. And in this game against Newcastle, we was not in the game from the start until the end.
You care so passionately about Arsenal, that comes across loud and clear. I thought your Players' Tribune piece in April was really good, really amazing, really honest, very brave thing to do. I wanted to just read you one quote from that piece where you said, "Still to this day, if we've lost, I hate walking those last metres to the tunnel because I still recognise those faces. The same people are sitting there now. So I just keep my head down. It's like broken glass. You can piece it together, but the cracks will always be there." In terms of your relationship with the fans the last sort of few months, how have you noticed that change, particularly since that Players' Tribune piece?
Yeah, I mean, after the interview I had, where I needed to say something, I needed to say the reality and the truth, had a lot of good and positive reaction from the people outside. From the fans, our fans, but as well from normal people. And it's something where make me very happy because it was the right timing to say something about it, what happened 2.5 years or 3 years ago. And I feel much better after this interview. I feel the connecting as well between myself, the fans and me, much better than before. And I always wanted to give them the right Granit, not to see me like they was thinking about me. And I think with this interview, I give them something. They understand me much better. And yeah, hopefully we can do that for the future as well.
I think we all think social media is worse than real life. I mean, I get some stick. The stick you get and you speak about must be terrible. Have you ever thought about just deleting it and just coming off social media completely?
If I'm honest, since 2 years maybe even not in a social media myself.
Yeah.
I have it, of course.
Yeah.
But I have people around that are helping me what to do, when to do, and if I do it today or tomorrow, if we lose or not. And I'm more than happy with the people around, because this is something where for the future, with me now, I'm 29 years old, I have this experience in good way and bad way. But for the future, if I can help them or tell them to be as far as possible from social media, is better.
Yeah. Well, just final one on this. What do you think is the biggest sort of misconception about you? What do people get wrong about you the most, do you think?
It's a good question. Question where I ask myself as well sometimes, but I don't have an answer.
There must be something that is out there that's a common, oh, Granit is like this, but you're not at all. Like what's the kind of thing you hear that you think is just the most crazy thing?
How I say to you, I have no answer. I can't tell you why the people think sometimes like this and the other people think like this. Yeah, maybe I'm the wrong guy to ask me about that. I would like to know as well, but it's difficult. It's difficult to know that because you never meet the people really on the street. They're honest with you and say, okay, you are because of this or you're good because of this.
I mean, but your relationship with Mikel is obviously very, very strong. A lot of the players talk about his attention to detail and his planning, his tactical advice that he gives. I just wanted sort of specifically how he's helped your game as a midfielder from a sort of technical point of view.
I mean, I have a lot of respect for Mikel. I say that always, and I will say that today as well. Without him, I will be not here in this football club anymore. He helped me a lot when I was down, completely down, and he took me on the side, helped me a lot with small things, step by step, tactical, like a person in the mentality, way between the team, between the club, tried to help me as well with the fans, and he's a freak in a positive way. Tactical, he knows everything, how he prepared the team before the training, before the games is unbelievable. So really, I had a lot of coaches, but I have to put Mikel one of the top one in my career. That's
literally my next question, so I'll cross that off. You're one of the longest serving players at Arsenal now. As you say, you've been there 6 years. And just thinking about Arsene, about Unai, now Mikel, just generally speaking, how do you think, from your perspective, the club has changed in those 6 years? Because it feels like a big change from where it was when you signed for the club.
Absolutely. I mean, if a coach like Arsene was 22 years here in this football club, he did everything. The people, if you speak about Arsenal, you speak about Arsenal as well. And yeah, then he was gone. Unai came, very, very good first year. I think 1 point behind the Champions League places. We lost the final in the Europa League. He was gone after 6 months after that as well. And yeah, then came Mikel with a lot of problems. Maybe the word is too hard, but a lot of stuff where was not in a good place maybe. And yeah, he changed a lot, if I'm honest. Came here 2016. I don't know if maybe 1 or 2 or 3 players are still here since I came. And you have new faces, new stuff, new people around the training ground as well, around the club. And but we have to adapt. He's the coach. He's the guy who decides a lot, and we have to accept that and to adapt to the people who are in the football club and the teammates and the staff as well.
You put problems in inverted commas there. Did you think some of those things were sort of overplayed? That it was not actually as bad as it was made out, or?
Absolutely. I mean, the problems came here from outside. The people said, yeah, this football club has problems with this and this and this. But it was not so bad how the people say. Of course, you have everywhere little stuff in every club. It's not only in our club. But Mikel decided to change some things, and yeah.
You signed a new contract last summer. There was a lot of talk about Roma at the time. Was that ever a possibility? Did you ever think about going to Italy?
It was something there is.
How close did it come?
Very close.
And why didn't it happen?
Because Mikel was the guy with Edu. They didn't let me go because they wanted to keep me here. And of course, my first, how you say, exactly, my first reaction was, of course, to stay at the football club. But they opened me as well the door. If something comes, I can leave. I have to be honest as well. I don't want to say a name now, but the door was open for me to leave the club as well. And in the end, yeah, people decided to keep me here.
So how do you see your future then? Because I think you got a contract, quite a long contract, till 2024. It was reported there's an option maybe for another year. You turn 30, sorry to bring it up, but you turn 30 later this year. It's often an age when players start thinking about the future. Do you think that far ahead about what you might want to do, maybe where you might want to end your career or another league you might want to play in one day? Or do you just think, I'm at Arsenal, that's all I think about?
I'm very happy here. My family is very happy here. Contract another 2 years is true. I will be 30 in September. But I don't believe in age. You can be 18, you can be 90, you can be 35. If you have the quality, you can play. We had a lot of people that was here as well, like David Luiz, for example. Amazing career, end of this year as well, with 33, 34, 35. He's even playing now. That's why age is only a number for me. And as long I'm fit, as long I can help the team, I will try to do everything. The moment comes, I can't do that, I'm the first. I will say to the club, I'm not ready to do that.
You said, I think your final line in that Players' Tribune piece was that you said you wanted to achieve something special at Arsenal. You've won 2 FA Cups, you've won 2 Community Shields. What is that? What do you want?
Was one time in the Europa League final, one time in the semi-final in the Europa League. We are again in Europa League, and this is for me something what you can achieve. To take the trophy in Europa League will be very, very special, I think. Because first of all, you go back to the Champions League. Secondly, to win in Europa League a trophy is, in my opinion, amazing. And to be part of the top in the Premier League. This is something what I call to achieve.
And just finally on this, just as we said, you've been here 6 years. Do you think English football generally, the top of the Premier League, is maybe harder than it's ever been to finish in the top 4? When you think about how good Liverpool and City are, Chelsea are spending money again, and United are going to spend money again, Spurs are spending money. Is it, in your time in England, maybe the hardest it's ever been to get up there?
I believe that in England always was very difficult to be on the top 4. Of course, now in the last maybe 10 years, a lot changes. A lot of money is much more in the different clubs. But I don't think so you can do everything with the money to achieve something. You can do it as well with less money. You have to be clever how you spend the money. This is maybe a different way. But of course, if you see the other 5 teams, they are doing well, they are spending a lot of money. Us as well. It's not like we are not spending money. We are not looking for new players or good players, quality players. But in the end, you have to find the team as well, how they are fitting together. Because you can spend 500 million a year, but if you are not the connecting between the players, doesn't make sense.
Do you feel that connection at Arsenal coming with the new players?
Absolutely. Not only now with the new players, but even the last years. I can see that something is growing here, and sometimes you need more time than the people wanted. But I have a feeling that we are in a good way. And last season we was very close to achieve something. And this season, let's start a new season, and after we can speak again after 38 games, hopefully there where we want to be.
I look forward to doing it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.